Hello and welcome to the April energy reading or energy update. I do these once a month, and it's a video where I come on and I channel live what the energy of the upcoming month is going to be like. I channel actionable advice, tips, insights, all to help you feel safe and prepared and full of just good energy to face the month ahead, even if there may be challenges. So let's just dive into the reading. So, April, I really feel it's an interesting. So I think I started doing these videos maybe last March, last April. The reading from last April is coming up, and I'll revisit that for some reason. It kind of feels like a repetitive energy. So you may want to look at or think about what you were going through, the themes of your life that you were going through at that time, last April of 2023, because that might give you a little bit of insight as to the themes that you're going to be experiencing this April. Now, I want to preface this by saying that not every month has like this repetitive energy about it, but there's something about April specifically. A lot of people actually consider, like the spring equinox, especially in the northern hemisphere, the start to the energetic new year. And there is something about the beginning of the new year that seems very repetitive in nature, and how you deal with beginnings might be part of that like pattern that you go through every April. And it seems like every April you have a chance to really quantum leap your progress, and your frequency for the rest of the energetic year, like how you start out with this April energy. And it's not something that you need to put too much pressure on yourself to like get it perfect or get it right. Like just know that whatever experiences come to you in the month of April, that they are perfectly designed so that if you lean into them, they will provide you with that quantum leap capability to really propel yourself out of patterns and ways of being that maybe were really difficult for you, especially in the last 5 to 6 months, really, like from last October. So, looking at last April, what were the themes then? And then kind of combine that with like the big themes of your life from last October onwards. That's what April, and especially these. So, right now, I'm filming this a couple days before April begins, and we are in between the eclipses. And this seems like a portal that happens every year where you have this capability to really, if you really are honest with yourself through love, through the eyes of compassion, without judging yourself or shaming yourself, that you can really make huge progress, like making a dent, like a big dent that is really tangible and felt in your physical reality if you lean into the experiences, especially between now and the eclipse, which I think is April 8th. I'm not an astrologer, but that was just coming through strongly, why this particular time of the year tends to have a little bit of that like revisiting energy. And it's this like extra boost and fire that comes from the spring equinox and like heading into spring for the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it actually might be the opposite. So it is a chance to, if you're in this southern hemisphere, I just feel called to let you know, like it's the reverse. So like when we would go through our fall equinox here in the northern hemisphere, that's a chance to quantum leap your experience with your inner world and your experience with yourself. And it's like bringing more of the soothing, calm energies that you like, the inner peace that you want to experience within. And so it's just kind of like reversed. So, anyways, spring equinox is kind of the lens I'm going to be speaking from today, because most of the people that are in my, I don't know, that are watching these videos, from what I know, are where I'm at in the world, which is the northern hemisphere. And so the spring is this fiery energy where, the seeds are bursting through the soil, life is coming, like leaves are coming back to the trees, life is coming back. And so there's just this extra energy in the air. The sun is getting more intense. You have more daylight and more strength to the sunshine. And I always it's really actually very important for you to get out in the sunshine at least a couple of times during the month of April without sunglasses on. Now, don't go look at the eclipse without sunglasses on. I'm just saying, like, go for a walk at like in the morning or something without sunglasses on, and just let the natural sun hit your light, or hit the natural light hit your eyes. And that's going to really also help bring you like energetic support from the divine, the universe, whatever name you want to call that energy. And it's going to give your body specific coding to really help you harmonize with the cycles that are going on. And it's just going to help you be in more flow and more ease. um, which I think is a lot of things. Like most people are desiring that right now in their life. They're not wanting to make things harder. They're not wanting to make it more challenging. They're wanting more flow and ease. And so that getting a little bit of sunshine on your skin and your eyes, of course, safely. Don't burn yourself or stare at the sun or anything weird like that. You don't even need to look at the sun. It's just literally about being outside without sunglasses for, actually it's just like even 30 seconds is what they're saying. um so that would just be really helpful to help you really get in tune with the energies and take advantage of the energies and the divine support that's available to you, in the atmosphere around you, that maybe sometimes we separate ourselves from and we don't know is there. We can't see it or feel it. So, know, maybe have that like knowing within you when you're outside connecting with the sun, that that is a form of energetic support that is always available to you, that it's, even on a cloudy day, the sun is there supporting life on earth. And especially this time of like rebirth and blooming. But for the northern hemisphere, this is really a chance to quantum leap your physical reality, because I really feel like spring and summer, um yeah, up until the solstice, are really about the physical reality and like being grounded here on earth and making changes on the earth in our physical reality. We're coming out of the darkness of the winter, which is the natural time to go within, the natural time to focus on our relationship to ourself and our emotions and all of that. And all of that's still very important, but now is the time for like taking some action in the physical reality, putting all that beautiful reflection and work and everything you've been doing the last couple of months into like real action. And so the energy is just really supportive of that aligned action, and knowing like the true resonance of what is aligned. So that, I think this is kind of, I don't remember my reading from last April too much, but this is a part that's coming through, is it was about, taking aligned action, action that was in resonance with your truth. And I think April is also with this fiery energy. Anytime we have like a fiery energy going on, I feel like it's a time for us to like sharpen the sword of our truth and our inner knowing and the discernment of what is aligned with that and the physical reality. And it's that choice, that physical choice that we make to say, yes, I want that. No, I don't want that. Yes, this supports me. No, this doesn't support me. That is the bridge between the inner world and the physical world. That's how you start to bring those together. And so a lot of times we can get caught up on either side of that equation, where like for people that are really into like healing and doing the inner work, the shadow work, the emotions, that's so beautiful, and we can get kind of stuck in that, doing that and putting that on repeat without ever taking the real decisive action and making a stand almost of like, okay, even though I know, because I these beautiful souls, I'm in this bucket. I'm this person that tends to go inward. It tends to feel the emotions and just wants things to come to me naturally. That's a beautiful skill to build, and there's so much like importance to that. And there is just as much importance of wielding our power to decide and take action in the 3D. And even when so if you're in that bucket of like, I'm on that healing journey and I'm aware and I'm doing all the things, you are probably also a person that can sense like I'm not fully aligned like in this area of my life. When it comes to deciding what I want, I don't quite know what I want with this particular area of my life, whether that's like a relationship, a job, how I want to make money, or if you have any of those like swirling things, it's like I just don't know what I want in this area. Sometimes you actually just need to make a decision. There's a time to wait and do more clearing and more excavating within and going within and discovering like, what might be out of alignment so that the what you truly want and what your true heart's desires are just kind of come unfold naturally. There's a time and a place for that. And there's a time and a place to know that that work isn't complete. Because the thing is that's actually always going to be shifting with the energy and the cycles and what you need in your life. It is always going to be changing, but sometimes you will only get that next best step of like, okay, I know something's not in alignment here, but I'm going to make a choice and take an action right now from what I do know, even though I know this isn't like my true truth. I don't know what's blocking it, but I'm going to take a step in that direction, even though I know it may not be perfect. I know it may not be right, but it's sometimes the action that will reveal to you what the blockage is or what the alignment, the misalignment that needs to be uncovered and loved back into harmony, that kind of thing. So, if you're that type of person, this is the month to take some uncomfortable actions, even if you're not perfectly aligned with it yet. That's okay. That's the point. This is the month to just start taking some messy action without perfect alignment and let the alignment path like unfold and reveal itself to you through the messy action. And then there's the other half of the equation. So I feel like some of you are going to be in that like I'm that inner world person and I like to do the inner work. And then there's going to be the people over here that don't like to do the inner work and they like to take the action and they like the lists and they like, just doing all the things all the time, possibly as a way to not really do the inner work, or you're doing inner work but it's through all the action, it's through making all the decisions and checking things off the list. um for you guys, so this month is actually going to be a wonderful month to complement that energy because you are already like doing that all the time, and you could actually find yourself hitting a little bit of burnout because you haven't really been balanced in that energy to begin with. You've been like kind of pushing through or doing things when it really has been a time for inner reflection. You weren't listening to that, you weren't wanting to go there. And this is with no shame or judgment at all, because I've also been in that camp too. And I do that from time to time as well. So just, I guess the point is to monitor your energy levels in the month of April, because the fire is here to burn away things that aren't in balance, burn away things that aren't in alignment or truly resonant with our truth. And you will find out, I think, very quickly, and maybe you're already starting to feel this energy. Like if you're feeling really burned out and drained, and frustrated is another kind of sign that you're doing too much, you're not reflecting enough. And maybe you're overthinking, or like it's like the spinning wheels. Maybe you feel it out of control. Maybe you're actually having a lot of success in your life and you can't, it's overwhelming to you. Those are all signs that you're in the doing too much, and you need to balance that out with some uh downtime, some reflection, some feeling of the emotions. It's really the emotions beneath that and getting in touch with your body to make the most of this fiery energy. It's kind of like having that balance, and hitting that sweet spot is going to be the quantum leap that you want. If we overdo it, that's going to actually just keep you stuck as well. Not stuck. I don't want to use that word because there's such a, yes, I don't know, negative perception around the word stuck, but it'll just, um it's like that saying of sometimes you actually need to slow down to speed up. That might be your medicine or your resolution that is being presented for you in April. Is like, take advantage of the fire, the fruits of your labor, and the things you've already been doing by taking a little bit off your plate and enjoying it. And then on the other side, if you're just feeling really stagnant in your life, like things aren't really happening for you in the physical, that is a sign to use the fiery energy to light a fire and take some action, take some messy action. Okay. And let's see what other messages want to come through for today, for April. I think that's it for the month of April. And so I just see this as like, again, opportunity for quantum leaps in the physical reality. Noticing where your energy is going into the month will really help you take advantage of that fire energy. If you are more of this kind of like, you're feeling burnt out, depleted, doing too much, can't get everything done, um, spinning your wheels, overthinking, then it's maybe your sign to use the fire to like let that fire burn on its own and enjoy like looking at it. It's like I'm seeing like a beautiful campfire, like you just sitting there and enjoying the campfire with like hot cocoa or something, and just letting the fire burn for itself because you've already done all the work to put the kindling there. And if you overuse that, if you put more and more and more kindling, it's you're going to have like a raging bonfire that maybe you don't want to have. And then on the other side of things, if you're feeling stagnant, things aren't happening for you in the 3D, your physical reality doesn't reflect the inner work that you've been putting in, that is your sign to use the fire to take messy action in the direction of your dreams and the things you're calling in. It is time to go outward and put all that beautiful inner work to it, like to use in the world, because that's why we do the inner work. Isn't just so we can stay in our own little healing cocoon forever. It's so we can live life, enjoy it, embrace the messiness, and really call in the experiences that are meant for us. And we can't do that if we're just kind of hiding away, using our shadow work to avoid. So the last message that's coming through is like both sides are using different things to avoid our truth, our resonance, what it is we're here to create. And April's energy is like here to cut through that for you, no matter what you're experiencing. And maybe you experience both from time to time. And the energy of April wants to help you break through that avoidance so you can call in what it is that you deserve, and that will be just so amazing for you, and set the tone for the energetic new year to come. And let's see, anything else? Nope. Sometimes I do little healings on this. I'm going to do some downloads for you guys. If you want these downloads, all you have to do is say yes, and they're going to help prepare you for the energetic month ahead. So, can I just download for you that you know how to have this self awareness of how you relate to the energy of fire, whether you're overusing it in your life or underutilizing it in your life, and how to have the honesty with self compassion, self love, to make changes in that area if it's highest and best for you to do so. If you'd like that download, go ahead and say yes. And also, can I download that you know how to forgive yourself when you are out of balance with doing too much or doing too little, or maybe you've done both during your life. You want that? Go ahead and say yes. And can I download what it feels like to forgive yourself for that? Mhm. Because if you utilize this fire from a place of self judgment, self hate, self like just that inner critic energy, it's going to kind of you might still like be able to move some things around in alignment, but it's ultimately going to be imprinted with that intention, that subconscious intention of being critical and things like that. And so the more you can release that need to like judge and be critical of being out of balance, the better. So can I just send a healing to any time that you judged yourself or were critical of yourself or being out of balance? If you want that healing, go ahead and say yes. And can I download that you know how to give yourself grace and compassion when you have been out of balance? How to recognize that easily with love and compassion, and how to bring yourself back into balance in the highest and best way. If you want that download, go ahead and say yes. And the last download for you is that can I download that it's possible? You know how to believe within every cell of your being that quantum leaps and instant shifts, positive, wonderful, amazing shifts and miracles in the physical reality are possible for you in April this year and every day of the year. If you'd like that, go ahead and say yes. Okay. And with that, I will leave it here. I do feel called to just mention if, so we had a little bit of like judgment, criticism stuff coming up through this message today. I am leading a healing circle inside my women's group on April 7th, which I believe is a Sunday, it's the day before the eclipse at 10 a.m., clearing out judgment, criticism, and comparison with other people. So if you feel called to join that, the link is below this video. And if you like this video, I'd love to hear your comments. Give this video a like, subscribe to my channel here. And I'm just wishing you the most amazing April full of blessings and quantum leaps to the reality you are calling in. That is going to be your dream reality. Have a great month.